I went and got my hot chocolate, and anyway, I've got a book here that I bought many years ago, and I've read it through a few times. And anyway, I was digging around, looking at my books, trying to figure out, which book am I going to read? Which one am I going to read next? And anyway, I don't know. A lot of you people, well, a lot of you have probably read this. A lot of you maybe not. But anyway, it's Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, and this is just it's a paperback book. This one, is pretty old. If you look at it, you can see where I've underlined and made notes and things here and there. It's a good book. It's great. I mean, it talks about all of the different ways of thinking and being and your daily routine and making your plans and following through and having what do you call it? The imagination and being able to make the decisions and being persistent and having what do you call it? Like building a group of people that are kind of like-minded yet have different qualities and different experiences and stuff like that can get together and talk and figure things out, make things happen, And in this book, I'll just sit here kind of scanning through it a little bit, and there was a couple of things in here I wanted to kind of touch base on tonight, and it kind of goes along with like just doing projects and just kind of what am I trying to say? Reaching some milestones, some goals, some like when you're working projects, your goal is like on my truck, okay? My pickup truck I've been working on. My goal is to get it on the road, to be able to use it, and to be able to use it for other projects, right? To haul stuff, to get back and forth, to pull a camper, right? And so part of the discipline that you have to be able to work through projects and to reach the end of your goal, what you want to do for that specific project, right, is persistence. And in here, in chapter 8, Toward Riches, right, he talks about persistence. I'm going to read to you real quick. You recognize and sweep aside certain weaknesses which stand between you and your goals. Your persistence develops into a respected, proved, progressive power. Persistence is an essential factor in the procedure. Blah, blah, blah. Boy, I'm getting tongue-tied. I'm not used to reading out loud much. I used to do that for the kids a long time ago, but let me try again. Okay. Persistence is an essential factor in the procedure of transmuting desire into its monetary equivalent. The basis of persistence is the power of will. Willpower and desire, when properly combined, make an irresistible pair. Men who accumulate great fortunes are generally known as cold-blooded and sometimes ruthless. Often they are misunderstood. What they have is willpower, which they mix with persistence and place back in their what they have is willpower, which they mix with persistence and place back of their desires to ensure the attainment of their objectives. There may be no heroic connotation to the word persistence. But the quality, okay. I don't know why I keep getting tongue-tied. It's probably because I need a little hot chocolate on my tongue. There may be no heroic connotation to the word persistence, but the quality is to the character of man what carbon is to steel. I'm going to read that again so you can listen to that, kind of think about it. There may be no heroic connotation to the word persistence, but the quality is to the character of man what carbon is to steel. Anyway, you take iron and you put carbon with it, and what do you get? You get steel, right? A very strong, long-lasting metal. Okay? So they're saying persistence mixed with character. You know, creates something similar in a man or a woman or whatever. Anyway, your first test as to your persistence will come when you begin to follow the 6 steps described in the 2nd chapter. I guess I may end up having to jump back in the 2nd chapter sometime. just kind of, you know, this book, you know, he refers back or refers forward, you know, in different sections and saying, you know, like he's talking about this and talking about that, and then he's like, oh yeah, you remember back in chapter 2 we talked about this. But go back and review that. But anyway, he says that lack of persistence is one of the major causes of failure. Lack of persistence is one of the major causes of failure. It's like working on my pickup truck. If I didn't keep coming back and keep trying and, replace this little part, try again, make adjustments, I never would have gotten it started. It wouldn't be running. It'd still be sitting there doing nothing. So the lack of persistence is one of the major causes of failure. The ease with which lack of persistence may be conquered will depend entirely upon the intensity of one's desire. The starting point of all achievement is desire. Keep this constantly in mind. Weak desires bring weak results. Just as a small amount of fire makes a small amount of heat. Fortunes gravitate to men whose minds have been prepared to attract them just as surely as water gravitates to the ocean. Surround yourself with a mastermind. And if you go back in the book, or forward in the book or something, you end up reading about the mastermind. And the mastermind is basically just other people's minds mixed with yours. I mean, basically in terms of, they've got knowledge, they've got, thoughts, they've got experience, kind of mix it up with your own thoughts and experiences and come up with ways of doing things and getting things done. Your subconscious mind works continuously while you are awake and while you are asleep. Without persistence, you will be defeated even before you start. With persistence, you will win. Take it step by step. Be persistent no matter how slowly you may at first have to move. With persistence will come success. With persistence will come success. I think that's what I'm going to call this video. Alright, let me get my little bookmark and throw it in here. With persistence, alright, I'm going to keep reading. I'm going to make another video sometime.